Hey, I just wanted to share with you my experience with Pride 2018. This was honestly probably the best Pride I've ever been to, and I've been to a lot. My first Pride in 2009, I think I was about 14, 13, 14, 15, something like that. I remember that when I first got there, I was so happy and excited to be there, but also really scared because I remember being scared and not really, feeling like, at home it was really rough. And how was the outside world gonna see me? And if I go into a place that's not very accepting, at least for here in Indiana, well, I'm so incredibly happy that I was able to go, because it showed me that there are so many people out there. Even though there are people that were from this church, I remember, and they were going around and they had "God hates fag" signs, and it was the first time that I'd ever seen that in person. And wow, like if I had a video of then and pictures of then, it was so different now. I don't know if anybody else out there has been to Pride and went to Pride 10 years ago, but it was definitely different. I barely saw any trans pride flags. Honestly, I don't even think I saw one, and if I did, I had no idea that it was a trans pride flag. We've definitely come a really long way since then. And, it being my 5-year anniversary this year since I attempted suicide in September, if you would have told me a day before I attempted that I would live to see what I saw at Pride this year, or that I would have even made it 5 years later and almost be on T for 3 years in August, almost had top surgery for 3 years in November, my name change over 2.5 years now, have had jobs where they actually look at me and see me for, who I am and what I do, instead of questioning me like, what are you? Or just people out in public. And just having this life that I, at before, like, only, not necessarily even hoped for anymore, just dreamed of and hoped for other people. This year, I saw things that I never thought I would see. I saw, apparently this year also, it started raining, and apparently this was like the first time that this ever happened where they evacuated. But yeah, like they evacuated because it rained out of nowhere. The sky got really dark and it was really sunny before, and the clouds moved in and it started to pour, and they were just like, you gotta evacuate, and then everybody was just running, and it was so crazy. And I remember I ran into a museum, and this museum, because of Indiana and the history here, I remember I actually skipped school once and went to this museum for like 6 hours and did an extra credit packet for like 60 points or something like that. and I remember going around and reading about the history of Indiana, and I saw so many things about like the KKK and how, the KKK was formed in southern Indiana, and just all this history and stuff about, like, I don't know. I mean, obviously Indiana has a not huge history, but I mean, definitely has made its name for itself. Well, this year, man, just being able to go in there and to that museum that I went to when I was younger, and to have seen all these people in there, all these people handing other people like towels or water or food, and people getting food and playing games. They were even playing cornhole, I believe. And you just see all these people and their families, and they're all just gathered together, and it was just wonderful. It was so cool to see that. And we went back outside, and I was kind of honestly hoping there'd be a rainbow, probably somewhere. I'm sure there was, but yeah, so we went back outside, and sun came out, and it was awesome. I actually, when a lot of the tents that were there, they had to close and leave, and I actually passed this one tent, and these really incredibly kind women that were there, they were saying that they had to close up, but they have free cupcakes. And I was like, halt, turn around, went back to the fence. It's like, cupcakes? And then they were like, yeah, honey, like, here, hand this handsome man some cupcakes. And then they gave me this container of cupcakes, and they were delicious. But I was just so like happy, and like oh, I thought I was just gonna get like one, but no. And then yeah, so they gave me a container of cupcakes, and I was like passing them around, and it was so awesome. It was a beautiful moment. I don't know, free cupcakes, it was so cool, and just the kindness of it. And just at Pride, also the parade. Oh my goodness, I have never seen so many trans pride flags in my life. I saw so many kids that were younger than me when I first went to Pride. I saw them there with their families, with their friends, with the people they love, and they were just having an amazing time. They were laughing, and they were eating food, and they were just enjoying being alive. And again, like, if you would have told me that I would have seen something like that, I mean, it was always a beautiful dream and hope that I would, not just me, but that other people would have that. But to have been able to experience, it was on another level. I just feel incredibly grateful to God that I made it here. That I made it here to be able to see that. I saw so many kids wearing trans pride flags as capes. And that, oh man, that was like, I'm so happy to be alive to have seen that, because I never, ever, 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 ever in my entire life thought that I would ever experience that. But I did. And I'm so happy that I did. And I am so happy that other people out there got to experience that too. Because when I was their age and younger, like, I never thought I'd see that. And it was so cool to see people as part of the older generation, to see, their grandkids out there, holding up signs and just letting people know that they're seen and that they're wanted here and that they're loved. It was beautiful. I saw so many kids out there with their families, and it just made me so happy because, man, back then, like, I never saw that. That wasn't really there before when I was their age. I barely saw little kids. But this time I did, and it made me so happy to see that, you know, there are people out there that really care. I remember seeing so much that I'd never seen before, so much that I never thought that I would see. Some of the best moments that I had there were those moments where I just sat back and watched people enjoy time with their family and, yeah, just live, because I never thought that I would see that. It was really hard for me growing up, not really having that sense of love that stretched beyond those borders. It seemed like, everybody knew what love was, and you had to be this to be loved, and it didn't seem like love really stretched that far. But this year that love not only stretched farther than anything I had been through, it stretched all the way to those kids who are gonna grow up in this world. It stretched so far, and I don't know, it was just really awesome to see. I really just wanted to make this video and let anybody out there know that, for anybody who needs it, I need you to know that there are people out here who care about you. I need you to know that there are people out here who are gonna love you. And there are people out here who, want you here. That you belong here. That this life was meant for you too. That you fit in here, no matter how much other people may try to make you feel like you don't belong. You do. Yeah, I just wanted to put that out there and share my thoughts about Pride, because it was amazing. I could honestly probably talk about everything a lot, but if I'm gonna put anything out there, I just really need you to know that you are loved and cared about. That there's somebody out here who cares about you, and that you belong here, and that you deserve to see all the beautiful things that life has to offer, because without you, the world wouldn't be as colorful as it is. Because they say the love is colorblind, but truly love is the most colorful thing of them all. You add to this life something that wasn't here before. And I really hope that you all continue to be kind to each other, and that you just smile at somebody or send love to somebody, in any little way you can. Just, I pray for people. And with prayer and action and just going out there and just, being kind and just sending love out there any way I can. I don't know. I just always want people to know that, in the people that you have in your life, you don't meet them for no reason. We are here to make a difference. Everybody makes a difference in their own way every single day, no matter how small you may think it is. So please don't let all the hate and all the negativity and all that stuff out there that's really bad and horrible get you down and make you lose sight of what really matters. And don't let your soul lose that spark and that light inside of it. Oh, also, I've never seen so many churches at Pride before. There were so many. There were probably 10 churches. Like, I have never seen, I think I've seen probably like 3 churches at Pride, over the course of my life, and going to like Rochester Pride and Oklahoma City Pride and all these just prides here and there. But oh my goodness, I've never seen so many. I never saw so many people with signs saying that God loves you. And I also wanted to share that too, because as a little kid, I grew up seeing that God hates fags and God hates me, and that feeling that sense of I didn't belong here. But he does love you, and you do belong here. And yeah, just never give up hope, and never give up, because as hard and as crazy as things may be going on outside or in your life, just keep hanging on, because you're loved and you're needed here. And I really do hope that you are able to experience just even half of something that I experienced and what it means to me, and just be able to experience love in its truest, genuine form. And that's just like other people out there letting you know that like you matter, and that like, hey, are you okay? And those words, where somebody is happy that you're here. I hope that you're able to experience that in your life, and that you share that with other people. There are a bunch of fireworks going on right now, and I'm gonna go see if I can go watch them. So yeah, I know that a lot of people out there are probably scared of fireworks, and I'm sorry about that. I hope that you see other things out there that you really love and enjoy with your friends and family. And yeah, but I really love fireworks, so I'm gonna go check them out. And yeah, I just wanted to do this real quick because it's the last day of Pride. And yeah, just let everybody out there know I love you, I care about you, and I'm happy that you're here. Alright, be kind and love to everybody.